Hi, I'm Trevor, creator of Pantheum. Here's how to play in under 5 minutes. The Greek gods have defeated the Titans, but their war has left the world destroyed. As one of the gods, it's your mission to reshape the world by creating new forest, mountain, and river landscapes until the world has been reformed. But watch out, your divine siblings all have a different vision for how they think the world should be shaped. Normally, these divine plan cards would be secret information, but we'll leave them face up for the tutorial. Each turn, players will take the 4 steps on their quick guide card. Aphrodite will go first. Step 1 says roll the die and collect those elements from the bank. She adds a blue and green element to her satchel, which is the area below her action board. On step 2, she moves her god to any city tile. Each turn, you must move your god to a new tile and can travel as far as you want. For step 3, she will pick one of the 3 action columns from her action board. For this turn, she'll show an example of the green action, which says, place any element from your satchel. She chooses to place the blue element from her satchel on the city tile adjacent to her. Anytime a player interacts with the city tiles, the action must be within their range. A god's range is all the tiles around them and the tile they're standing on. She chooses to place it here to move that city tile towards becoming a river landscape eventually. Step 4 is optional and says she may recruit a demigod. The cost to recruit a demigod is on the top right and must be paid from the player's satchel. She pays 1 green element back to the bank and recruits Ampelos into the matching color column. Now, whenever she performs her green action column, she can perform both Ampelos' ability as well as the action on her action board. Recruit combos of demigods to build a unique strategy to outplay your opponents. Now it's Ares' turn. He'll start by rolling and collecting a blue and green element from the bank. For step 2, he'll move to a city tile and show an example of the red action for his step 3. The red action says pay any element from your satchel. You may shift an element. Ares will pay a green element back to the bank and shift the blue element from a city tile in his range to a different city tile in his range. An important rule to note is that a city tile with another god on it is not in your god's range. Gods don't like it when a different god comes and messes with the city they're standing in. For step 4, Ares only has 1 blue element in his satchel and will keep it to save up to recruit a more powerful demigod later. Let's fast forward the game a bit to see an example of the blue action. It's important to note that different elements can never occupy the same city tile. If Aphrodite wants this city tile to have a blue element here, she should shift the green element off before starting to add blue elements. Once there are 3 of the same elements on a city tile, that tile is considered full and has enough elements to become a permanent landscape. On Ares' turn, he rolls and collects his elements, moves to a new city tile, and selects the blue action, which says pay 2 elements from your satchel. You may lock a full tile. This city tile with 3 green elements on it is within his range and does not have an opposing god occupying it. He pays a red and green element back to the bank, adds his favor token to the city tile, and places a landscape tile over the elements, only leaving his icon showing on the favor token. Players will continue performing actions with the goal of creating landscapes that match their divine plan, adding favor tokens, and recruiting powerful demigods until all the double-sided favor tokens have been used. The game has been fast-forwarded to the end, so let's take a look at how Aphrodite will score. There's 4 ways to score victory points. The first way is by scoring the victory points shown on the city tiles for every landscape that matches your divine plan. It doesn't matter which god created that landscape. If it matches your divine plan, you can say thanks for the points and for doing my work for me. For Aphrodite, that's 11 victory points. For the next way to score, ignore your divine plan and score the victory points shown on every city tile that has your favor token. Since it doesn't need to match your divine plan to score this way, you may consider locking a tile that doesn't match your divine plan to sneak some points away from your competition. For her, that's another 18 victory points. For the third way, let's say Aphrodite ended the game with these demigods recruited to her team. Add up the power of the strongest demigod in each of your action columns. Aphrodite will score 4 points in the green column, 3 points in the red column, and 2 points in the blue column. Finally, check to see if any of your demigods give bonus victory points. Jason gives a victory point for each demigod in his column. That's an extra 3 points, which brings Aphrodite's final score to 41. Details about setup, demigod abilities, and frequently asked questions can be found in the downloadable rulebook. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy leading your team of demigods to victory.